All right, good morning. Good morning. We're on the World Wide Web YouTube channel, Burke Lake. I want to thank everyone for tuning in this Sunday morning, November 6th. Welcome to our house. 17 minutes on the scoreboard. We'll have the introductions, and then we'll have the national anthem. Please stay tuned. And here's the Metro's introductions. All right. Who's ready for some Sioux City Metro varsity hockey Sunday morning? No better way to spend a Sunday morning than a little high school hockey, Midwest League. "17 minutes on the clock. The officials are saying, let's have a good game. I'll get to the standings and the results from last night as we progress and have a stoppage in play. Let's concentrate on this contest first. Hope everybody remembered to turn their clocks back and get 1 extra hour of sleep. Tanner, Page, and Drake starting out in front of Visser and Newman with Carter Manthorn in goal. There's Newman to the corner. Newman chips it to Visser. Visser tries to get it up the wall, and it's out. Out of the zone. Mason City trying to reconnect. Visser's going to chase it down to the corner over to Newman. Newman up the board to Drake. Didn't get to him. Mason City stopped it, and Drake comes in with a big elbow. Tanner sends it around to Page. Page collects it. Page chopping vegetables through the neutral zone with speed. He has Drake, slides it over. Just a bit too far for Drake. Drake centering pass. There's Visser with a blast. Misses everything. Heil's on the ice now. Heil came in, slaps it. Jumping around. Page is going to be the first one there. Visser chips it in. High stick. And there's a stoppage in play. So the Mason City player hit it with a high stick, and if Mason City's the first team to touch it again after the high stick, then it's a stoppage in play. Face-off coming to the left of the Mason City goaltender. Want to welcome all the Mason City parents joining us as well. Mason City, Iowa. Oh, there's a shot to the side by Lewison. We have Lewison, Max Beller, and Chadwick out there. Lewison applying pressure. Chadwick now. And Peterson with a blast. First one there's Max Beller. Max Beller over to Heil. Heil looking. Heil up the boards. Turned back by Mason City. Stopped by the official for a second. Lewison on a back check. Mason City with a shot. Never got there. Peterson blocked it with his skates. Now to the corner. Chadwick. Chadwick up on the wall, but not out. Kept in. Mason City shot. Stick save to the corner. Heil trips. Max Beller's going to be the first one there. Max Beller battling on the half wall. Here comes Sioux City. That's Max Beller and Lewison. Beller has it now. Beller to himself. Over to Lewison. Lewison and turnover. Mason City coming the other way. Max Beller's going to take a rest. Menzenberg on the ice now. Heil and Peterson defending in front of Manthorn. And here comes Menzenberg. Menzenberg through the neutral zone. Menzenberg. Nope, puck too far. And Erickson out on the ice now with Taylor. Taylor and Menzenberg. Now Peterson has it behind the goal. Peterson to Newman. Newman up to Menzenberg. And Mason City coming the other way. Mason City has to check up. Newman takes it out of the zone. Newman chips it in. But it's deflected by Mason City. Kept in by Newman. No, jumped over his stick. And Taylor's there. Taylor checks up. Mason City through the neutral zone. Taylor turns it back. Didn't get much wood on it. Mason City stretch pass to the other side. Deborah into the zone. Deborah toe drag. Deborah stops, puts the brakes on, looks, goes back to the point. At the point, shot deflected by Joe Erickson. Deborah with another shot, deflected by Visser. Never even got to Manthorn. Visser coming out. Visser up to Menzenberg. Menzenberg sees Erickson. Erickson comes to the middle. Erickson back to Visser. Visser shoots. Pad save to the corner. Mason City has it behind the goal. Here comes Deborah. Deborah chips it out. Everybody's tired, just going to get icing to switch. 13:48 left in the first period. 0-0, 1-1 shots on goal. Warden, Heil, Tanner, Drake, and Page. Sioux City East Junior James Page, captain. It's quite an honor as a junior to be named captain of the varsity. Page to Worden. Worden looking. Worden to Page. Page going in. Page shoots. 5 holes open for a second. Closed the door rather quickly. Puck jumped up right in front of his eyeballs, and he grabbed it with his glove. Nice aggressive play there by James Page going directly to the goal. Had the 5 hole for a minute, but it closed up. Same play there. Mason City's going to control. Drake's there. Mason City on the breakout. Page back with Worden and Heil. All the way, glove save. Manthorn will cover up. 13:26 in the first period. Another shot on goal there. Chadwick, Lewison, and Max Beller with Heil and Worden in front of Manthorn. Heil has it. Heil behind the goal. Heil comes up through center ice. Heil all the way through, getting accosted. Max back to Heil. Heil in the corner. Ooh, big check by Max Beller. Lewison tries to throw a check but misses. Max Beller has it. Beller back to Lewison. Lewison, nobody's behind the goal. Mason City, stretch pass. Heil in his skates, just threw it back. Here comes Chadwick. Worden deflecting. And all the way back, stick save to the corner. Heil has it. 12:45 left in the first. Here comes Heil with speed. Same group out there. Heil gets checked off the puck. Mason City has it. Mason City trying to get a breakout. Max Beller to Chadwick. Chadwick just jumped over his stick. Chadwick chopping vegetables. Lewison got checked off the puck. Visser and Newman out on D now with Menzenberg and Chadwick and Lewison. Chadwick has to get off, and it's offsides. 12:19 left in the first period. Offsides, Mason City. Erickson, Menzenberg, Taylor. Mason City controls, and there's a turnover. Joe Erickson tried to do a little fancy footwork and got upended there by number 28 from Mason City. Jackson Jones. There's a shot, save, and a cover-up by Manthorn. 12 minutes left to go. Face-off to the right of Manthorn. Fresh legs. First line out. Tanner, Page, Drake, Visser, and Newman. Newman's on the wrong circle. He comes over to the other side now. There's Newman has it. Newman wraps it around to Visser. Jumping around Visser's stick. Visser up to Drake. Drake gets a big check on the board. Page against the half wall for Newman. Newman tries to get it to Tanner but can't. Mason City coming the other way. Page throws a check into a guy, and Manthorn covers up. .11:42 left. Face off to the left of Manthorn. Sioux City wins the draw. Tanner. Visser being accosted behind the goal. Here comes Newman. Newman has it on his backhand to Page. Page can't get it out. Visser does. Visser just chips it into the zone. Mason City taking the body much better today than they did yesterday. And Page gets bodied again. Page chips it all the way back around to Tanner. Tanner has a centering pass to Drake. Just did not connect. Can Visser get there and keep it in? No, he can't. But he takes a big check. The guys are getting their arms and elbows up a little bit. That's, you get your elbows up over your head. That's penalty. Elbowing, head contact, one of the two. You can get a check on the body, but you can't come up into the head area. Here comes Drake. Drake slides it over to Page. Tanner has it. Tanner with a blast. Misses everything. Didn't get a lot of wood on that one. Kind of hit his toe. Back to Newman. Newman with a shot. Never made it there. Deflected by Mason City. Visser chipped it in to Beller. Beller working. Beller checked off the puck. Tanner throws it back. No one home. Page is going to work there. Page has it. Taken away by Mason City. Mason City on the breakout. Stretch pass to center to Deborah. Too far. Icing. Coming back. Well, looky who's officiating. Dan Holzrichter, team rep from last year, is officiating. His son played on the team last year, now is playing in college. Good to see Dan out on the ice. Thank you. Chadwick, Lewison, and Beller. Back to Heil. Heil and Peterson, and it's out of play. Out of the zone. Face off out of the zone. 10:08 left in the first. Beller left wing. Lewison center. Chadwick right wing. Peterson, Heil in front of Manthorn. Holy cow. Mason City 1 against 5 taking it. Now we turn the other way. Chadwick with a shot deflected by number 6 Peterson. Beller coming in. Beller working the corner. Mason City goes back to the corner. Mason City stretch past the other side. Now to the center. Lewison's there. Lewison turns. And Lewison just throws it out of play into the bench. There's a souvenir. Captain James Page throws it back to Holzrichter. Holzrichter gives it to the other official. Face off coming inside the Sioux City zone. Tanner, James, and Drake. There's Drake working, not out. Mason City keeps it in, and here's a rush. Shot, blocker save, and it goes over him. Oh. Well, we had the puck. We just didn't get it out of the blue line, out of our own zone. It was on the blue line. It just needed a cross. Mason City relatively quickly comes in with a 2-on-1, shoots it, hits Carter's blocker, just jumps over Carter's blocker, just over him, over the goal line. As he looks back on his pads, Mason City, their second shot of the day, they score. Mason City 1-0, 9:33 left to go in the first period. Menzenberg back to Taylor. Got Newman and Visser on D. On assisted goal there. What number there, Coach John Peterson? Big check by Erickson. No icing. They waved off icing. Taylor, first one there. Taylor going to work. Menzenberg back to Taylor. Taylor back to the point. Point with a shot. Pad save to the corner. Taylor again. Visser pinches down. Erickson goes back to cover his point. Visser with some good stick work. Newman, and there goes Erickson. Puck too far for Erickson. Mason City coming in. Mason City shoots. Pad save, cover up. And Erickson giving number 9 from Mason City the what for. Oh, that's Visser. Visser gave him a little face rub. Said, get away from my goaltender. Mason City being the more aggressive team here so far this morning. Many more body shots, many more body checks. And when they get a turnover, they pounce on that sucker with speed through the zone. Max Beller got it out. Mason City back in the zone, and a big check from Heil. Worden trying to get it out, and he finally does. Lewison skated by it. Now Mason City's going to get the zone. Worden behind the goal. Worden looking. No one there. Worden stretched past to Lewison, kept in by Mason City. Heil has it. What's Heil going to do? Behind the goal. Heil's looking. Heil whips it around. Mason City keeps it in. Max Beller to the point. Heil has it. Heil tries to go up the wall, but he can't. Here goes Heil. Heil skating out, and a body check. Good hip check there by number 26 for Mason City on the big man, Jarrett Heil. Sister's birthday today. Want to wish Arlena Heil a happy birthday. Heil comes in hot and heavy. There's Worden. Worden through the neutral zone. Just chips it in. Mason City, too far for Chadwick. Kept in by Lewison. Lewison keeps it in on the half ball, all by himself. Tries to go short side. Hits the side of the net, but can't. Drake Beller comes in for a nice shot. Chadwick had Worden's point. Now Worden has it. Chadwick goes in. And Worden pinches with a check. Drake has it. Chadwick keeps it in. Chadwick takes a check. Drake is forechecking. And there goes Visser. Visser at the red line. Blast all the way in. Missed everything. Back behind the net. There we go. Mason City. Mason City. Open. Ferrix. Oh, it got by the goaltender. The Mason City player threw it in front to Tanner wide open. The puck got behind the goaltender, but just to the side. Whew. Oh, jumped over Newman's stick. Newman, great effort there. Drake Beller keeps it in. Here's Page. Page all alone, too far, and poke checked away. Page just threw it a little too far to himself. Offsides. And they call it. They're checking up. Here comes Visser. Visser shoots. Bouncer. Stick save. Cover up. 6:24 left in the first. Shots on goal. Mason City 6. Sioux City 7. But the numbers that matter are goals. Sioux City down 1-0. Mason City Varsity leading. So I wanted to go over the standings real quick. The Varsity standings, Sioux City, Des Moines Oak Leafs, and Omaha all are in first place at 3-0. There's Peterson with a shot. Deflected off a shin guard over to Heil. Heil down to Lewison. Lewison to Peterson. Peterson shoots. Deflection, bouncing. Still bouncing, and we score! I believe Chadwick is going to get that. Peterson. Let's see who we got. We got Beller, Lewison, Heil, Peterson, and Chadwick. I believe Lewison took it from the sidewall. Lewison had it on the sidewall. Lewison went up to Peterson. Peterson shot, and Chadwick chipped it in. Max Beller, I think, tipped it, then Chadwick tipped it in. I believe they're going to give it to Chadwick. So we tied up 1-1. Peterson was kind of 10 feet inside the blue line. Here's the announcement. So they're going to give Peterson an assist and Chadwick the goal. That's what I thought originally. 5:40 left in the first. Senior Sam Chadwick gets the equalizer. Page with nifty work, shot, pad save. Drake Beller lifted it up over. So that's going to go Lewison, Page, Drake Beller to go up 2-1. Lewison had it on the half wall, threw it back to Page at the point. Page did a toe drag, got it inside, shot it. Goaltender went down, left pad save. Drake was there with that left-handed shot, just lifted it up over the short side. And all the time, Drake had a Mesa City player right on his back. So to be able to stand there to the side and lift that up in very close quarters, short proximity, had to go straight up into the net. Sioux City up 2-1, 5:20 left to go in the first period. Two quick goals by Sioux City. Drake Beller centering. Tanner just tipped it back. Page there on the half wall. Visser comes down and pinches. So they gave Lewison and Page assist and Drake the goal. Icing the call, 5 minutes left. Taylor, Menzenberg, and Joe Erickson in front of Highland Worden, in front of Carter Manthorn, Jr., Bishop Heelan. Tanner's going to take the draw. Worden on D, Heil on D, Erickson on a wing, and Menzenberg on a wing. Deborah trying to chip it out. Worden tried to keep it in, but he couldn't. Here comes Mason City. Got Menzenberg and Heil defending. Mason City turns and shoots behind the goal. Heil's there. Worden deflected. 4-on-2 and a shot. Menzenberg's going to be the first one there, and it's out. Heil has it. 4:30 left. Heil goes up the wall to Taylor. Back to Worden. Worden skates up. Worden back to Erickson. Nice little short pass. Erickson shoots. Belly save by the Mason City goaltender. Number 35, Eric McHenry. 0-0 record, 0 save percentage. Apparently, this is his first game of the year. Face off to the right of McHenry. There goes Max Beller. And Worden tries to pinch, but Mason City gets by him. Heil skating back. Come on, Carter. And he misses everything. Not even a shot on goal. 4:04 left to go in the first period. Sioux City up 2-1. Peterson keeps it in the point. Blocked by Heil. Heil puts it down. Heil backhands is out of the zone. Mason City has to check up. Worden has it behind the net. Worden skating out. Worden to Chadwick. Chadwick on the breakout. To Tanner, too far. Mason City coming back the other way. We thought we had the zone. We were across the red line, and then we have a turnover. And Mason City, as I said before, comes back very quickly once they get that puck. Worden was going to the bench. He was 5 feet from the bench, saw the turnover, tried to come back. It was probably too many men on the ice for Sioux City at that point. And Mason City scores. Here comes Newman. Newman's looking for a forward. There's no one there. Page, Taylor, and Drake. There's Drake, and it's another turnover. Mason City coming the other way against Drake, against Grant Newman. Grant Newman stops him and takes a big check. Visser chips it up along the boards, keeps it. Here's Page. Page trying to get it to Taylor. Taylor puts it down on the ice. Taylor and Page. Taylor. Page has it. Page looking. Page shoots. Hits the American flag. Page says his good morning to number 5. To number 5 for Mason City. 3:02 left in the first period. 2-2 game. Holzrichter says no, it's where he shot it from, outside the circle. Lewison, Chadwick, and Max Beller, along with Visser and Newman. In front of Manthorn, 2-2 game. Mason City up the half wall. Mason City trying to get a breakout. Too far. Visser and Newman going to be there. Visser and Newman working. Newman chips it over to Beller. Beller back to Chadwick. Chadwick turns, tries to go up the glass but can't. Lewison skates by. There's Lewison. Lewison chips it to Beller. Beller kicks to himself. Lewison keeps it in. Mason City gets the zone. Visser a little interference there. Newman comes over to help his D-man partner. Mason City keeps it. Chadwick's accosting him. And here comes Lewison. Lewison gets up, working the forecheck here. Visser and Chadwick with a big check on the Captain Deborah. Stick save to the corner. Lewison. Beller there. Here comes Mason City, centering pass. Lewison shoots. Save, Mason City. 2:10 left. 2-2 game in the first period. Shots on goal, 12-7. Sioux City leading. Lewison, his new nickname is Sandpaper, just because he's so gritty. He just works and grinds and works and steals the puck and takes a shot on goal. He's a gritty player. There's a shot. Cover up. Got through the goaltender once again. Tanner was there trying to work. Got beyond the goaltender, but the official lost sight of it, so he blew the whistle. 2:03 left, 2-2 game. Tanner, Drake, James in front of Peterson and Heil. Tanner on the draw. Tanner wins it to Drake. Drake keeps it. Drake goes back to Tanner. Tanner trying to get it to Page. Shot. Drake, cover up. Drake just went wide. Drake has it. Drake back to Tanner. Tanner coming in front. And a save. Stick save covered up with a glove by the goaltender. 1:49 left in the first period. Tanner, Page, and Drake with Peterson and Heil in front of Manthorn. To Peterson. Tanner won the draw to Peterson. Page to Tanner. Tanner shooting. Oh. Heil to Tanner. Intercepted by Mason City. It's like a wide receiver sometimes has to come back to the ball, or the D-man can get in front of him. Tanner needed to come back to the puck there. D-man just skated in front of him. There goes Tanner walking around. Tanner, tried to get it to Drake but couldn't. Page with a blast and deflected by Mason City. 1:18 left to go. Mason City much more aggressive today. Maybe, I know they had one of their better players suspended for yesterday's game. Now he's playing today, and one man can make a difference, and maybe that's what's happening so far today. Chadwick working with Erickson. Erickson gets a cross check in there. Max Beller turns back with Visser. Max Beller turns, goes back with Newman. Mason City into the zone. Shot, glove save, 59 seconds left. 2-2 game, first period. Sioux City Varsity Metro Hockey. Lewison, Beller, Chadwick, Visser and Newman in front of Manthorn. Mason City wins, shoots, save. Hit the blocker, covered up. They tried to go short side, I believe. I think the centerman went right around our centerman and just went right to the goal. Try it again. Lewison wins the draw this time. Here comes Chadwick. Chadwick has Max Beller at center ice but can't get the puck to him. Rubbed off on the bench. On the boards, excuse me. Lewison comes in. Sandpaper there again. And Heil and Worden. Heil over to Worden. Worden up the boards to Chadwick. Chadwick takes a check. Lewison with Beller. And Mason City skating free through neutral zone. Skated all the way almost to the goal line before he got a check from Max Beller. Here comes Lewison with Beller. Lewison to Beller. Lewison tried to take a check. Here comes Chadwick. Chadwick just out of gas. 12 seconds left. Stretch pass deflected by Drake. 6 seconds left. Drake working. Heil keeps it in. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Tanner. Tanner kept it in. There goes Drake, and that's the end of the first period. 2-2 game. 2-2 after one complete. We're going to take a break. They're going to shave and flood the ice. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you very much for listening to Sioux City Metro Hockey. Test, test. All right, we're good. Hey, welcome back to the second period of Sioux City Varsity Metro Hockey Sunday morning. Wanted to go over the standings real quick. First place in the varsity division, Sioux City, Des Moines Oak Leafs, and Omaha. They're all 3-0. We got a tight one here today, tied 2-2 with Mason City. Mason City is at 2-1. Tanner Frericks is tied with the scoring with 9 points through 3 games. He has 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points. Chase Lewison is third with 5 goals and 2 assists. Drake Beller, James Page, Hyle, and Logan are also there with 3 to 5 points. Here we go to start the second period. Tanner, Drake, and Page in front of Hyle and Peterson and Carter Manthorn. Peterson takes a cross check across the back of his head. No penalty there. 16:50 left to go. Page keeps it in. Beller chips it in. Now Tanner and Page got to check up. Tanner chasing. Mason City trying to get it out. Drake keeps it in. Number 6 for Mason City behind the net. Drake stole it from him, centering pass to Page. Just a little too saucy on that pass. Beller working. Turnover to to Tanner. Tanner sent it back to Page. Page working. Page cycling. Page, what can he do with it? He's looking. Page sends it back to Drake. Nope, he's going to the point to Hyle. Hyle back to Page. Page turns. Page goes diagonal to Peterson, shoots. Tanner in front. Mason City covers up. Face off. 16:03 left. Quick shift. 16:03. Visser Newman with Sandpaper and Beller and Chadwick. Chase Lewison's gritty. I call him Sandpaper because he keeps working just like that. Stole the puck from Mason City. Oh, they're going to get him for hook. Gritty got a little hook there. Sandpaper's going to sit down for 2 minutes. He was working. Stole the puck. Somebody stole it from him. They were skating away, and then he hooked him right under the elbow. So, Lewison, 2 minutes in the box. Newman. Chadwick wins the draw to Visser. Visser sends it in. We got Max, Beller, Chadwick, and Newman and Visser. A senior, a freshman, a senior, and a junior. Here we go. Chadwick takes a hack at it. That gets around Visser's hip check. Short shot. Defended very well by Manthorn. Low angle, low percentage. Mason City centering pass. Chadwick picked up the stick. Nice job by the senior, Sam Chadwick. Just picked up the stick. Centering pass. Mason City had it out front. Nice play. Max Beller on the forecheck. And Mason City has to trip at center ice. Here comes Jones. Mason City gets it in. Visser defending. Out of the zone. Fancy backhand pass sometimes don't work. Beller with another cross check. Visser has it. Jumps over his stick. Goes back behind the goal to Newman. Newman sends it around and out of the play. Excuse me. Out of the zone. Out of the zone only, and he sent it. Lassie for Mason City at center ice. Weaving through, gains the zone, settles down. Beller and Chadwick, deflected by Visser behind the goal. Manthorn standing tall. Visser keeps it back behind the goal. Manthorn keeps it back behind the goal. There's about 17 people behind the goal line there. And Chadwick chips it out. Now the coaches are calling for a change here, get some fresh legs. Now we got Tanner out. Newman and Drake with Page. Gets by Drake. Newman sends it to the half wall. Tanner tries to get it out but can't. Drake Beller finally gets it out. Tanner tried to do a little cherry picking there. He tried to take it and go the other way. And Lewison onto the ice. Lewison toe drag but gets stood up. There goes Tanner. Tanner centering pass to Page. Never made it to him. Lewison there. Frericks, a little hot for Page in his skates. Lewison looking. Lewison weaving, bobbing, stepping, sidestepping. Now he comes out to the point. Hyle, big man, with a blaster. Never made it, missed everything. Drake Beller has it. Drake Beller to Tanner. Past Tanner. Page is going to be there. Lewison tries to center. Drake pinches down. Drake and Tanner. Tanner's going to be the first one there. Go back to Page. Page has it to Lewison at the point. Lewison back to Page. Page turns. Page tried to go a diagonal to Heil, but he couldn't. Page poke checks it away. Shot. Blocker saved to the half wall. Mason City sends it back behind. Drake Beller, first one there. Joe Erickson onto the ice now. Here comes Drake. Drake over to Erickson. Erickson into the zone. Gets a check. Page has it. Page shoots. Misses everything. Heil keeps it in. Settles it down. Tanner sends it back. Joe looking. Stretch pass. Mason City in the zone. 2-on-1 against Drake and Heil. Heil comes back. Stick save by Manthorn. Manthorn had one pad down, one pad up. He had a stick there. Tried to go short side low. Manthorn. Stick save to the corner. 12:15 left. Shots on goal, 20 for Sioux City, 11 for Mason City. Face-off coming to the right of Manthorn. Have Erickson, Taylor, and Menzenberg. Visser and Worden on D. Visser has it. Visser going up. Visser has Menzenberg. Visser just sends it all the way back behind the goal and then takes a shot from the Mason City guy. Taylor, first one there. Taylor in the corner. Menzenberg looking to go to Erickson. Never got to him. Worden and Visser have to give up the zone. Here comes Mason City. Visser comes over and help his D partner. Taylor there. Taylor brings it back behind the goal. Taylor being accosted. Erickson sent back to Visser. Visser has Worden there. Worden sends it to Worden's. Oh, tried to get a stretch pass. Dangerous going in front of the goal. Centering pass, and there goes Visser. Visser's leading the charge, gets on the red line, and it's just poke check from behind. Visser chips it to the corner. There's Taylor there. Menzenberg tried to send it to Taylor. Mason City trying to get out. Chadwick pinches, and Mason City gets it out. Visser and Worden. Offside. So what happened there, guys, the Mason City guy went to change, but he was inside the Sioux City zone when he was still on the ice. The other guy was coming on the ice, still inside the zone, and then Mason City brought it in the zone, thus offsides. It's kind of a new rule. You can't be inside the zone before the puck, but I don't know. It's only about 115 years old. Shot on goal. Heil with the blast. Deflected, pad save to the corner. Newman has to give up the zone now. Here comes Mason City. Heil. Beller there, the third defender. Beller stops. Max. Centering pass. Backhand. Pad save. Left pad save there for Manthorn. Beller with a big check. And here comes Mason City. 1-on-3. Chadwick checks the guy off the puck. Newman sends it to center ice. Here comes Mason City and a big check by Newman. Newman has it. Here comes Lewison. Lewison sends it to himself. Lewison with a check. And Heil there. Heil and Newman back on D. Oh, Lewison jabbed a guy in the back of his calf there. Lewison comes in. Mason City turns. Mason City centers. Manthorn covers up. 9:50 left in the second period. 2-2 ball game. Page, Tanner, and Drake with Visser and Peterson. Tanner wins the draw. Visser behind the goal. Drake Beller just chips it out. Drake tried to do a toe drag, couldn't get there. Page sent it in off the wall. Drake intercepts it. Jumps over his stick. Peterson over to Visser. Turned over. Oh, offsides. I don't know the rule, but I believe the puck has to be all the way in the zone. I don't know. Maybe it just has to be on the blue line, but the player was in there before the puck, thus offsides. Peterson over off the boards to Page. Page to no one at center ice, but Drake Beller's there. Tanner's there. Drake took a big hit. Tanner got it past the goaltender, but over his shoulder. Here comes Mason City, defended by Visser. Big check by Drake. And Tanner sends it in. Page, first one there. Drake working. Mason City was cherry picking there, number 37. Everybody was yelling to get it to him. Visser came back and helped out. There's Tanner centering. Page back to Peterson. Peterson at the point. Sends it back down to the corner. Turned over by Mason City. We got to hurry back with the back check. Peterson's got to get the second defender. And he does. And Manthorn closes the door. Carter Manthorn standing on his head to make 2 saves. So Mason City had 2 guys on a break. Visser slid over to take where Peterson was. Peterson's got to skate back as hard as he can to take the second offensive player. Just barely caught up with him. Still got a really good shot off, and Manthorn made a great save there to keep the score 2-2 with 8:30 left to go in the second period. Here goes Mason City. Max Beller up to Chadwick. Chadwick chips it in. He has Lewison. Lewison has it. Chadwick took a big hit at center ice. Lewison went stumbling. Newman sends it to the far corner. Mason City takes a big check from Lewison and Heil. Eight minutes left to go in a 2-2 ball game. There's Chadwick with a big check. Heil working. Newman comes to join the fray. Max Beller working with Newman. Here comes Max Beller. Max, stretch pass all the way over to Chadwick, just too far. Chadwick working. Chadwick clapping his stick on the ice. Apparently sometimes that rattles the guy with his puck, trying to make him get rid of it before he really needs to. There's a shot. Max Beller. Oh, hand pass. Max took a swing at that Mason City guy with his stick, saying, hey, I'm right here, buddy. You better get rid of it. Face off to the left of Manthorn. Heil and Newman with Tanner, Drake, and Page. 5-on-5 hockey. Tanner wins the draw to Heil. Heil wraps around to Page. Page on the half wall has Tanner. He gets it to Tanner. Tanner with Drake. Tanner with a blast. The goaltender ducks. He doesn't want to get hit in the head with it. Here comes Drake. Drake at center ice. Drake gets the zone. Page and body save by the goaltender. Kept in by Newman. Newman took a big check. Drake took a big check. That's elbowing. You can't lead with your elbow, 9 from Mason City. Page centering. Newman tried to take a mighty whack at it, but just missed it. Here comes Mason City. 2-on-3. Shot into the net. Into the netting above the glass, I should say. 6:36 left. Shots on goal, 23, Sioux City 15, Mason City. Score 2-2, 6:36 left. Taylor, Erickson, Menzenberg, Worden, and Visser. Visser has it. Visser, stretch pass, into the zone. Menzenberg took a whack at it, couldn't. Worden has it. Worden goes up. Back behind the goal, should be icing, but it's not. Visser has it. Visser over to Menzenberg. Out center. Mason City turns. Visser chipped it away. Mason City still working. Mason City at the point. Hopkins brings in. Shot. Misses everything on the stick side. Erickson tried to chip it out. Can't. Visser there. 6 minutes left. Visser working with Taylor. Taylor back to Visser. Visser up the boards, kept in by Mason City. Erickson working. Erickson trying to chip it out. Erickson chips it out, and he does. That's interference. Erickson doesn't have the puck. You can't be checking him. There's Worden trying to keep it out of the zone, but Hahn keeps it in. Visser wraps around. Visser comes the other way. Taylor there. Taylor whiffs on it. Mason City keeps it in. Taylor's going to go in the penalty box. Poor sequence of play there for Taylor. He whiffed on the puck, and then he hooked the guy's stick out of his hand. Probably out of frustration there with the young freshman. Very good player, Taylor Frericks, number 89. Going to sit in the box. It's quite an accomplishment for a freshman to be playing varsity. Testament to his talent. So we're going to have Taylor's brother Tanner out there with Newman and Page, and the big man from Akron, Jarrett Heil, J-Rat. Mason City keeps his own. Oh, and Tanner just about chipped it out. Page is stretching. Tanner's working. Tanner. Shot on goal. Shot in front. Mason City, pad save. Heil wraps it around. Not out. Mason City keeps it in. There goes Page. And Tanner has it. Tanner skating. Tanner with a big check from 47. Tanner still has it. Just keep skating, big man. Keep possession of the puck. Keep possession of the puck, Tanner. Just keep possession. 1:22 left. 4:50 left. Oh, he split the D-men. Heil and Newman, and chipped it out of play. Face-off to the left of Manthorn. 4:38 left in the second period. 1:10 left on the penalty kill for Sioux City. Visser, Drake, Sandpaper is back out there, and Chadwick. I call Chase Lewison Sandpaper because he's so gritty. Lewison chips it out. Visser tried to send it but couldn't. Still at center ice. There goes Visser. Visser with Chadwick. Visser chasing into the corner. Who does he have? Visser takes a hit. Visser just keeps it there. I'm just going to keep it here. 50 seconds left in the one-man advantage for Mason City. Visser working against 3 Mason City players out of gas. And Lewison didn't move his feet and went around offsides. So Lewison did just enough to slow the player down for Mason City to create an offside for Mason City. But I tell you what, that's no man's land when you're at center ice standing still. People are coming through the neutral zone with speed. You have to be moving. You're standing still, you're going to get, they're going to go by you relatively quickly. 38 seconds left, and Heil takes a big hack. Here comes Chadwick. Chadwick, once again, very smart for the senior, Sam Chadwick. He said, listen, all we're trying to do is kill this penalty. Let's take the puck back. That's European, little European hockey there. Taste of European this Sunday morning. Puck control, that's the way they do it in Europe. Here in America now, the NHL has gone to the chip and chase, and now a lot of the Division I college teams do that as well. 6 seconds left to go. Shot on goal, stick save. Chadwick from about 84 feet on that shot. And it should be icing. Oh, yep, they do call it. 3:23 left to go in the second period. Icing is the call. Face-off coming to the right of the Mason City goaltender. I believe that's still Mick Henry in goal. Tanner against number 37, Jacob Lang. Newman and Heil with Drake and Page. Sioux City wins it. Newman with a blast. Pad save. Ferricks with a... Tanner with a blast. Tanner had a point-blank rebound there. Just needed to lift it over the right pad, leg pad of the goaltender. And, oh, Tanner wishes he had that one left. He knows he had an number 1 scoring opportunity there. High stick. So Tanner wins the faceoff. Newman shoots. It's right there. Oh, and Tanner was right there. He had it. All right. Tanner, Mason City wins the faceoff. They shoot, miss everything. Page chips it out. Tanner tries to get it to himself. Drake Beller there applying pressure. Mason City comes the other way. Heil, guy gets around Heil. Tanner to Drake. Drake has Page. Page good. Page stops. Great play by Drake. Drake took a shot after he passed it to Page. Page did a nice job of keeping a skate on the blue line so it wasn't offsides. There's Tanner. Tanner has Drake in front. Nobody got a shot on it. It hit somebody's skate. Just a split second too much time there. Tanner still working. Tanner working. Tanner circling. Tanner goes to his forehand and a big blast. Drake Beller had it in his feet but didn't know it. Newman has it. Heil comes over and helps his D partner. I tell you, that's good makeup speed by Newman there. Newman had two guys on him, and Newman kept working. Here comes Lewison. Lewison with Page. Lewison shoots and scores! Lewison, sniper, over the blocker, near corner. Just a sniper. I got to get a new nickname for that guy. Wow. Page did a nice job too, though. Page was on his side, and a guy was trying to back check Page. Page took his stick and kind of whipped it around. The guy kept it, but failed to continue to go on with Lewison here. So Drake had it at neutral zone. Drake gets it to Page, or Lewison, and Lewison just snipes it. The goaltender didn't even come out to challenge him. Goaltender just stayed back in his goal. Lewison said, man, this ain't my first rodeo. I'm going short side above the blocker, and he just threw a sniper of a bullet in there. So Drake should get a helper. Yeah. So they give Heil a helper. Heil threw it to Drake. Drake did the hard work. Drake did the hard work at center ice. Lewison came in, and Lewison just did a sniper attack like a Navy SEAL. Wow, that was impressive. Manthorn made a few nice saves there while I was recapping the scoring chance. So Sioux City goes up 3-2, 1:12 left to go in the second period. 3 Sioux City Metro Varsity and 2 for Mason City Mohawk. Varsity hockey here Sunday morning. Tanner wins the draw. Tanner to Heil. Heil over to Page. Page tries to get it out. Kept in by Mason City. Newman comes back to the corner. Page on the half wall. Page stretch pass over to Beller off the wall. Beller with Tanner. And it's a stick save. Tanner has it. Back to Page. Page didn't get a lot on it. Newman tried just kind of to hit it to the side with a deflection, but it was deflected by Mason City, not Sioux City. Drake keeps it in. Bounces over Heil. Heil with makeup speed. Who's he going to get? Misses everything. Out of the zone. Tanner there. 30 seconds left in the second period. And Tanner has it now. Too far. Mason City turns. 25 seconds left. Center ice. Drake tried to chip it, but Mason City gains the zone against Newman. Newman defending. Newman stands up. Center pass to 9, and he misses everything. Ha ha! Oh, holy cow. Mason City had an open net there. Number 9 with his head down. That may have been number 9 just before that had a rush and missed it on the left by 2 feet. That may have been a metallurgy save. I don't know. May have hit the crossbar. Peterson to center ice. 7 seconds left. All the way back. 5 seconds left. Carter settles it down. Heil there. Heil just says, here, I'll just keep it here. The end of the second period. Sioux City Varsity Metro Hockey leading 3-2 against the Mason City Mohawks. We'll take about a 10-minute break, and we'll come back on the other side. Once again, I want to thank Burke Lake for putting this all together, senior production manager, and Papa John Peterson volunteering his time. This is Marty Worden saying thank you for listening. We'll be back for the third period in 10 minutes. All right, welcome back to the third period of our third and final varsity game this weekend. 17 minutes on the clock. Sioux City leading 3-2. So go over some varsity scores from last night. Omaha 3, Waterloo 2. So that means Omaha is still 3-0 in the conference. Cedar Rapids beat Ames. And Sioux City 6, Mason City 2 last night. Kansas City beat Quad City 6-1. And Lincoln beat Dubuque 7-2. Officials are ready to go here. Third period, Sioux City leading 3-2, 17 minutes, here we go. Mason City has it, turning the other way. Heil and Peterson with Drake, Tanner, and Page. Carter Manthorn in goal. Drake applying pressure. Page chips it back to Tanner. Tanner just jumped off his stick. And Christian Peterson curls back around, looking for someone to pass it to. Page got it in his skates. Page faked a blast, got the guy to commit, and now is working around the corner. Page kicks it to Beller. Beller back to Peterson. Peterson over to Heil. Little too hot for the chili sauce shot there. Just got up inside him in his skates a little too quick for the big man to pull the trigger. And we got icing all the way down. 13:06. I'm sorry. 16:03. There's my dyslexia kicking in. 3-2. We have Sandpaper Sniper Boy Chase Lewison in the center position with Max Beller and Chadwick. Newman and Visser D'd up together. Mason City gets it out of the zone. Visser sends it back in. Sioux City checks up. Mason City turns, looks, tries to get the breakout. They do it center ice. Newman backhand over to Beller. Beller to Lewison. Lewison chopping vegetables. Lewison taken away from him. Mason City stretch pass. Visser going to be the first one there. Visser's got a man on. Has to get it over to Newman. Newman looking. He looked to go diagonal. Then he got taken away. Max checked the Mason City player down. Max Beller, the freshman, he's just throwing his body around. He's always checking a man. Beller checks him again. Mason City with a shot to the blocker side, but misses it. Puck too far. Newman trying to get it out, but can't. Chadwick hacking. Visser back, and Beller. Beller turns up the boards. Lewison trying to turn. Lewison working. Chadwick working into the zone. Mason City took it in the zone, so it's not offsides. Tried to get, and Visser deflected. No icing. Everybody changes. Drake, Tanner, and Page rolling two lines here. Tanner kicks it to himself. Just to the side of the net. Tanner flew by. Couldn't get a handle on it. Drake has it. Drake threw it to the corner. Tanner trying to get it to the point, but can't. Drake got checked off the puck. Should have been a little interference there. Drake didn't have the puck. Worden come to pinch. Worden keeps it in. Worden working on the half wall. Now back down to the corner with Toyne. Toyne gets it all the way around to Mason City. 14 left. Icing coming back all the way. Switching up again. Lewison, Chadwick, Beller. Worden Heil in front of Manthorn. 14:10 left. Referee talking to Chadwick. Take it easy on him. We don't want to hurt anybody. Mason City to the corner. There's Deborah on the half wall. Deborah, oh, that's a dangerous play where you start chopping vegetables there right in front of your goal. Heil had it, but taken off his skit. Worden comes over, deposits 37 on his behind. Lewison line stays out there with Beller and Chadwick. Peterson and Visser out in front of Manthorn. Face off to the left of Manthorn. 13:54 left. Visser takes it behind the net to Chadwick. Chadwick. Oh my goodness. And Carter Manthorn with a nice save. Covering up the short side. Don't know what happened there. Chadwick had it on the half wall. Next thing you know, Mason City's shooting. Peterson tries to get it out, but it's a centering pass, it's a pass back to the point. It's about the second time the Mason City player whiffed on it. Peterson on the half wall. Back to Mason City. Visser goes down. Carter sends it back behind the goal. Chadwick sends it back behind the goal. Here comes Max Beller around the corner. Max getting held. And Chadwick whiffs on it. Tanner gets checked off the puck. It's going to be a penalty on something. Holding. Mason City penalty, 2 minutes. .13:06 left. 2 minutes for Hudacek. Drake Hudacek, one of their better players, really good. In the box for 2 minutes. Officials are talking to the Mason City coach, explaining the rules and the penalty. Tanner Page with Lewison on the forward line. Drake and Heil on the D. Mason City controls. Toyne throws it all the way back. Heil, first one there. Heil sends it over to Drake Beller. Drake Beller gains the zone. And Page tried to keep the zone, but it hit a Mason City player. Coach Dave Legree talking to Lewison, giving them some final instructions. 3-2, Sioux City Varsity Metro's leading. Sioux City wins the draw. Page back to Heil. Heil over to Drake. Drake back to Lewison. Lewison gains the zone. Lewison whips it around. Page will be the first one there. Page looking. Page trying to get it back behind the goal. Lewison has it. Lewison over to Tanner. Tanner curling. Tanner over to Heil, the big man with a blast. Misses everything. Didn't get a lot of wood on that. Tanner has it. Tanner back to Lewison. Back to Tanner. Tanner shoots. Too high. Heil pinches down. Back to Tanner. Tanner looking behind the goal. Tanner over to Lewison. Lewison over to Page. Page curling. Back to Drake on the point. Page. Taken away from Page. Mason City 2-on-1. Drake stood him up nice. Here goes Tanner. Tanner coming the other way with speed against two Mason. To center ice to Lewison. Lewison put it in his skates. Now toe drag checked off. Lewison took a big hit. Heil keeps it in. Heil over to Drake. Drake open. Drake shoots. Deflected by Mason City. There's Page. Page back to Drake. 11:29 left. Over to Heil. Heil shoots and deflected by the stick of number 9. Johnson, or Jimenez, I believe. Lewison looking. Lewison back to Drake in his skates. Over to Heil. Heil tried to get it to Tanner. Tanner slid it across the Page. And out. Number 9, Zach Jimenez played well. There's Tanner. Tanner Frericks. And what are they calling? Too many men. Too many men on the ice. Mason City. Timeout, Sioux City. Mason City calls a timeout. 10:57 left. So Mason City just had a penalty for holding. We had a few good opportunities. We had Heil and Drake on the D with Tanner, Page, and Chase Lewison on the forwards. They had a few good chances. Now Mason City had too many men on the ice, so we're going to have another 2-minute, one-man advantage. Head coach Dave Legree just wants to make sure his team knows exactly what's expected of them on the power play. If they do this, we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. They can't be right. Whatever they do, we're going to go the other way and score. So be unselfish, give the puck up to the open man, shoot low for the rebound, and crash the net. And I think he even called a play for a goal. So I would expect a goal in the next 2 minutes. 10:57 left in the third. Sioux City up 3-2. Tanner, Chase, and Page in front of Heil and Drake Beller. Carter Manthorn still in net. Tanner to Page to Heil. Heil to Drake. Heil on the red line. Heil gains the zone. Heil takes it deep. Heil wraps it around. Tanner's going to be there. Tanner lets it go to Drake. Tanner kind of faked him, put his stick down. Tanner's coming in with a backhand. Just too wide. Lewison, nobody on Lewison. Keep the puck. Now Heil back to Lewison coming in to Page. Centering pass. Nice job. But the Mason City guy just got underneath the stick of James Page, and Page didn't get anything on the biscuit that time. Here comes Tanner. Tanner looking. Tanner getting around. Tanner getting the zone. Tanner finally gets the zone. Drake has it. Drake looking. Drake coming in. Drake shooting. And his stick saved in the corner. Tanner still has it. Tanner back to Lewison. Lewison in the corner. Lewison up to Heil. No. Mason City stole it before it got to Heil. Drake Beller and Heil defending. Shorthanded shot there. And Mason City, first one there, chips it back to the corner. 45 seconds left on the one-man advantage for Sioux City. Lewison to Heil. Heil back to Lewison. Lewison to Tanner. Offsides. 34 seconds left. Here comes Taylor, Erickson, Menzenberg, Visser, and Peterson. Taylor wins the draw. Peterson throws it all the way in. Wraps it around. Menzenberg is going to be there. Menzenberg chips it back to Tanner. Tanner has Erickson. No, he goes to Peterson. Peterson is deflected. Oh, Erickson was nicely there as well. Erickson was in front of the net. He decided to go to Peterson in the high slot area. We had Erickson in the low slot. There's Peterson. Peterson to Erickson. Erickson tried to get it to Taylor. Deborah throws it back in for Mason City. J.J. Hahn forechecking. Visser back to Peterson. Peterson's got to skate. Peterson sends it stretch pass to Menzenberg. Menzenberg. Mason City has it. Hudacek to Deborah. Get the zone. Visser got it out of the zone. Here comes Peterson. Peterson turnover. Shot. Blocker save to the corner. Deborah. Nice job by Manthorn there. Peterson just trying to get it out. Even strength now. Toying Toyn curls back to Deborah. Back to Hudacek. And Visser sends all the way down. Icing. 8:14 left. Sioux City up 3-2. Third period. Sioux City Varsity Metro Hockey. Shots on goal, 31-19. Carter Manthorn had a couple nice saves last period. Chadwick. Chadwick has it. Chadwick has it with Max Beller. Chadwick shoots. Belly save. Goaltender. Lewison keeps it in, and Mason City takes it out. Newman and Heil on D. Nice back check by Max Beller. Max came back and took that puck away. Then he was chopping. Stick save to the corner. And Heil sends it up to Chadwick. Chadwick out to the neutral zone. No icing. Tipped. Lewison there. Lewison has it. Lewison in front. He scores! Oh! Turnover by Mason City deep in the zone. Lewison on the forecheck. Takes it in front. Goes to his forehand and knows what to do with it. Chadwick had it. Chadwick threw it down. It got deflected all the way to the far corner. Lewison, he was skating. He wasn't coasting. He was skating. At the end, he was coasting. Then he just got a handle on it, came out in front, and he went to the far side, went horizontal, and scored 4-2 Sioux City Varsity Metro. Tanner shooting. Blocker save to the corner. Drake left it for Tanner. Tanner cycling. Tried to get it in front. Worden has it. Worden shoots. Deflected by number 37 from 26 from Mason City. Worden pinch, and the guy got by. Visser, we got to have somebody get that second D-man. Blocker save, actually hit a stick on Carter Manthorn. 7:04 left. Visser with a check. Worden cleans up the scraps and goes high off the glass, and it's out of play. Normally when you go high off the glass, that stays in, but apparently it didn't. .656, 4-2. Sioux City leading. Third period. Who do we got on the ice here? Lewison. Mason City controls the draw against Heil. Chadwick coming on the half wall. Lewison has it. Lewison has Beller in center. Lewison over to Beller. Oh, but just got deflected by Mason City. And Chadwick rubs somebody off on the ice. Another check on Deborah. Mason City still has it against Peterson and Heil. Centering pass. Carter keeps that to the corner. Carter covers up. .6:30 left to go in the third period. 4-2, Sioux City leading. Face off to the left of Sioux City. Sam Chadwick, that last shift, he hit about 3 bodies. Taylor at the draw. Taylor wins the draw. Taylor does get it out. Erickson swipes for it. Taylor swipes for it. All the way back. Carter's going to leave it for Worden. Worden has it. Worden back to Newman. Newman tries to get the breakout. There's Menzenberg. Menzenberg takes it back to Worden. No, I'm sorry. Menzenberg kept it. Centering pass. Blocker saved by Manthorn. Worden with pressure on Deborah. Here comes Taylor. Here comes Mason City, and Newman comes over. To the point for Mason City. Misses everything. Newman's getting jabbed by the guy from Mason City, number 3, with his stick. Great stop by Erickson. Pass by Menzenberg. Menzenberg to Erickson. Erickson stopped it. Worden has it. We're just going to dump it. 5:35 left. Taylor there on the forecheck, and he deflects it. And it's kept in by Page. Page keeps it in. Drake comes in. Worden and Newman back with Taylor. And Drake Beller. It's going to go all the way around. Manthorn's going to stop it behind the net. Worden has it. And Worden has it in front of the goal to Drake Beller. It's a nice, you want to panic sometimes there when you get the puck right in front of your own net and just whip it out and it's a turnover. Page to Tanner. Tanner misses everything. Nice job by Page to see Tanner coming in with speed. Page on the forecheck. Mason City, 4:44 left. Sioux City 4, Mason City 2. Mason City trying to get a breakout. Stretch pass. Peterson chips it out. Page chips it up and takes a punch to the face. Tanner retaliates to not Jimenez. And they're going to get both of them. They're going to get both Jimenez and Tanner. Jimenez gave Tanner a little stick to the crotch area, and Tanner gave him a shot back. That was after Jimenez punched Page right in the face mask at the red zone, red line right here in front of me. So the puck got by Jimenez. Peterson sent it to Page. Jimenez gave Peterson Page a punch, and then Ferricks came in. We had the camera on the other zone, but the action was right in front of me. I got a bird's eye view of it. So we'll play a little equal strength 5-on-5 hockey. Incidental, I don't know what they call it. Incidental penalties? I don't know. Coincidental? Oh, holding Peterson. Delayed penalty coming up on Sioux City here, and Heil touches up. Hockey many times is like football where the low man wins. When you get up high, either in the head, you get in trouble. Low man wins with leverage. You got to stay low. A lot of people think that means bending at the hips, but no, you got to bend at the knees. Bend at the knees, stay low. Low man has leverage. You don't get in trouble with headshots. All right, 3:52 left. 4-2, Sioux City leading. Third period. And there's a blast by number 5. Misses everything. Mason City has it. Drake Beller working. Drake defending with Chadwick. Chadwick and Drake. Highland Lewison. Carter Manthor down on the pad save. Mason City has it. Now Chadwick gets it and clears it all the way down. And takes a little shot for his effort there. Doesn't retaliate. Senior. And here comes Mason City. Lewison took a whack at it. Nothing. Chadwick took a whack at it. Nothing. Got to get the body. Here comes Lewison. Lewison whips it all the way down to center ice. Mason City turns the other way. 1:17 left. Mason City gains the zone against Heil and Beller. Lewison took a whack at somebody but missed everything, and his stick went flying. .253 left. 1 minute left in the one-man advantage for Mason City. We got to kill the penalty here. Tripping. Oh, that should have been tripping. Newman has it. Newman has to clear it. Just get, and he does. Strong pass there, Grant Newman. 40 seconds left in the penalty kill for Sioux City. Got Visser, and Visser will be the first one there. Visser whacks at it. Mason City keeps it in. Page has it, backhands it all the way out. 20 seconds left. Joe Erickson on the forecheck. Mason City on the breakout. Here comes Mason City. Gets it up to Deborah. Icing. 12 seconds left. Faceoff's going to be in the Mason City zone. .204 left. Everybody needs a little help every once in a while. All right. Lewison. And Lewison controls. Lewison goes to the front of the net. Beller shot high. Beller just keeps it below the goal line. 4 seconds left. Newman keeps it in. Noah jumps over his skates. Even strength now. 1:49 left. Drake Bella gets it to Chadwick. Can Chadwick win the race there? Toyne has it. Toyne working, waiting. Minute 35 left in the game. Excuse me, third period. Toyne turning back around. Back to his other D partner. Mason City trying to get the breakout. Visser sends it back in. Chadwick working. Chadwick getting tackled and then take a little shot from 23 at the end there. Jackson Johnson over to stretch pass. Mason City tries to get the zone. Here comes Tanner. Tanner going wide. Can he get around him? No. 1 minute remaining. And it's almost intercepted by Page. And there's Manthorn with the save. 50 seconds left. 4-2. Shots on goal 35-24, Sioux City. Four to 2, Sioux City leading. 50 seconds left in the third period. Tanner wins the draw to Worden. Worden up to Page, too far, but Tanner's there. Tanner bury this one. Oh, a Metallurgy save. Oh, Tanner thought he was in a band. He was playing pipe music there. Worden had it deep behind the goal. Tanner chipped it up to Page. Page chipped it to Tanner. Tanner did the heavy lifting through the zone. Went far side, hit the upright. Drake working, 30 seconds left. Highland Worden defending, and there's a big check. Drake just chips it in the zone. 24 seconds left. Mason City, cross pass. Worden gets it out of the zone. Drake at center ice to Tanner. Tanner tried to get it over to Page. Page has it. Page shoots. Oh, Page centered it for Tanner. Very unselfish play, and that's the game. Nice work there by the Sioux City Metros. That last play emphasized the teamwork that the Sioux City Varsity Metros used to beat the Mason City Mohawks today. Page had an open shot, but instead slid it to Tanner in front to try to get the shot. So, thank you very much for listening. On behalf of Senior Production Manager and Technical Guru Burke Lake, Papa John on camera, this is Marty Worden saying thank you very much. Final score once again, Sioux City Metro Varsity 4, Mason City 2. This is Marty Worden signing off for Sioux City Metro Varsity Hockey. Thank you.